Good morning everyone. I am Dr. Vidushi Karol and I am working as an assistant professor in Department of Applied Sciences CGC London. The topic of today's lecture is construction and working of helium neon laser. But before that, let's have a quick revision of what lasers are. Laser stands for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation, and they are different from ordinary light. Ordinary light scatters in all the direction, whereas laser light is highly directional. It is highly intense. And after that, let us discuss the components of the laser. Basically, there are three components of laser system on which the whole working and construction of laser depends. And they are: number one, active medium. Active medium is the place or the place where the whole laser action takes place. This is the place where whole laser action takes place and population inversion condition is attained in the same medium. The next component is optical resonator. Optical resonator consists of two parallel mirrors placed parallel to each other, out of which one is completely reflective and other one is partially reflective. The laser light that is emitted in the active medium is forced to move from back and forth in the optical resonator, and this is how the laser light form is intense and highly directional. The third component is pumping source. We all know that for a laser action to take place, population inversion condition is required. That is, if this is the energy level diagram of a material, this is the low energy level, this is the higher energy level, and initially it is known that number of electrons in the lower energy state is higher than the number of electrons in the higher energy state. Suppose we denote N1 with the number of electrons present in the lower energy state and N2 in the number of electrons in the higher energy state. So population inversion condition will be the one when N2 will be greater than N1. So in order to attain this condition, that we have to make the number of electrons higher in the higher energy state and lower in the lower energy state, is known as population inversion, and that is attained by the pumping source, which can be obtained by optical pumping or electrical pumping. So now let us start with the construction and working of helium neon laser. Helium neon laser is the first laser in which the active medium used was gases. This was successfully completed by Ali Jawhar and his co-fellows in 1961, in which a composition of helium neon gas was taken in a ratio of 10:1. You can see this. So helium neon gas mixture is taken here in this glass tube, and the thickness of this tube will be very fine. The length of the tube may vary from 25 to 100 centimeters, and the thickness of that rod could be 1 centimeter. That way it is very fine to give a resultant red color beam of helium neon laser. Now next, this This is the active medium also. This is the active medium. And we have taken that helium and neon in 10:1 ratio. That means if we are taken helium atom as a counting of 10, then we will use 1 neon atom. Now, what is the purpose of taking these gases only? Because they have higher energy level close to each other. Like helium's higher energy state lies at 20.61 electron volt, and for neon it is 20.66 electron volt, which is quite similar to each other. And the purpose of taking helium in higher quantity is that it plays a very significant role in the functioning or working of the helium-neon laser. It excites the neon atoms from present in the ground state, because the helium gas is taken at higher pressure than the neon gas. Now, this is the first component. Active medium we are using here is helium-neon gas. Before that, we have studied about UV laser, in which the active medium was a solid crystal. But here we have successfully used helium-neon gas. Now, the second component is optical resonator. So, the optical resonator will be same throughout all the laser. So, it is in here parallel concave mirrors placed parallel to each other. One is fully reflective and other one is partially reflective. So, when the light will be formed, when laser light will be emitted, then it will go back and forth, and it will not going to allow this light to escape from here, as it is the fully reflective part. So it will going back and forth, and it will amplify the light. That we have studied in the definition of laser, that light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. Stimulated emission will take place here, and the light will be amplified, and this partially reflected mirror, it will be the output for the laser beam. Now, the third part is that how we have taken the helium atoms to excite the neon atoms, and that is obtained by electric discharge. That means here we are using current to excite the helium atoms, and those helium atoms will move to the higher energy state, and after collision, after colliding with the neon atoms, they will going to excite the electrons present in the lower energy level of neon. So these are the three components and construction of the helium-neon laser, in which points to be remembered: helium-neon has been taken in 10:1 ratio. Helium will be in higher quantity than the neon, and optical resonator will be same for all the lasers. That is, two mirrors placed parallel to each other. One will be fully reflective and other one will be the partially reflective one. And here optical pumping is achieved by electrical discharge method, in which current is passed. So this was all about the construction. Now let us discuss the working of the helium-neon laser. So this is the energy level diagram of helium-neon laser. This is the helium gas and this is the neon gas. We have discussed that for helium, the energy level is around 20.61 electron volt, and for neon it is 20.66 electron volt. That can Helium has a configuration 1s2, 2s2. So here this is the lower energy state of the helium atom and this is the lower energy state of the neon. Now this is present here at higher pressure than the neon gas. So when the electrons are produced by electric discharge, those electrons will going to excite the electron present in the lower energy state of the helium atom. And after attaining energy, they will going to move to the higher energy state, which are 2s1 and 2s. So when they reach here, they will going to collide with the neon gas also, and as it is present at lower pressure, but then also it is present here. So when they collide with each other, these excited electrons will going to interact with the electrons present in the lower energy state of the neon, and in return they will also attain energy and move to the excited state of neon. So this is the role of helium in helium-neon laser. Now what happens? We all know that for some time, 10⁻⁻8 seconds, it stays in higher energy level, and then it will move. It will start coming to the lower energy state. So first of all, it will make a transition from 3s to 3p, and this will be a light is emitted 3.39 micrometer, which is this transition. Now the next transition that happens here is from 3s to 2p, in which the laser light is emitted, and the wavelength of that laser light is around 6328 angstrom, and that's why this the color of the light is red in color, because this falls in the visible spectra region. So next transition is made from here, and here the laser action will take place, and back forth movement of the emitted light between the optical resonator cavity will enhance the intensity and amplify the emitted laser light. So this is how laser light is formed in helium-neon laser. Now also it has not come to the lower energy state yet, so it will make the possible transition to the lower energy states, which is from 2s to 2p. So this 1.15 micrometer wavelength lies in infrared, which cannot be seen, but transition has happened, and further after radiative transition, this comes back to the normal ground state. So the best part of the formation of this laser is that the light of this laser falls in the visible spectra, and the color of the light is red. So this is how construction and working of the helium-neon laser takes place in helium-neon laser. Now the key points about this, that what we have done in this lecture is number 1, it has gas as active medium, because as I have discussed earlier that in UV laser or other laser we have used solid crystal as the active medium. So this is the first one in which gas has successfully done the laser action. Now second point is that it is a 4-level laser. How it is a 4-level laser? 4 levels are included in the laser action. So this is a 4-level here the helium neon laser is the continuous form. 5 red light will be attained after the laser action. And also